Okay, guys, we are 1 year in Canada. I don't know. Yes, 1 year away from home. Hey, Jesus. Welcome back to another video on my channel. My name is Brera Montia. I relocated to Canada about 1 year ago, and today is gonna be my 1 year anniversary video. Becoming a permanent resident was kind of like a dream come true for me because I wanted to start life all over again. I wanted to experience life in another country, and at first I wanted to come study here, but it was expensive for me, so I had to learn the French language. That helped me secure invitation to apply. For those of you that have been watching my videos, you know how I got my permanent residency, and then I settled in Edmonton, Alberta. Oh my dear Edmonton, I miss Edmonton. Edmonton for me felt like a great place to start life, particularly because of the job opportunities that are abound there and the affordable cost of living compared to other big cities in Canada. Edmonton is not as big as Toronto, but it's big in its own sense and it's really affordable to live in. I thought before making this video, I'll take myself to one place and have something to eat because I have worked hard. Beginning from the point where I was learning French to working hard in my home country, and coming here, I've also been working hard. I wanted to really take some time out, go to a restaurant all by myself, eat something good, and probably put just a short clip in this video. However, I have exams coming up and that has been strangling me. So I said, okay, you know what? Just wait until after your exams and you can get to do that. So guys, what has it been like for me this past 1 year? Settling in was a mix of, so I'm here in Canada. Let's see what Canada offers. And also, oh my goodness, is this what life is gonna be like henceforth? Because I landed in winter last year in cold Edmonton. I remember the first day I landed, and I was going to the car to meet the family that came to pick me up at the airport. It was 8 degrees, like positive 8 degrees, and guys, I almost froze. My hands, every part of me, I was like, what is this? And when I told them, I had to get my gloves when we got to the car, and I put my gloves on and they were laughing. Guess what, guys? Now in 6 degrees, 5 degrees, 4 degrees, I'm wearing a simple jacket and I'm walking around without gloves. My hands are out. I'm using my phone because the weather is gradually growing on me. Although you do not get used to the weather completely, but it gets to a particular degree that you just get used to, and you're like, okay, I've experienced this before, it's not that bad, until it now gets to the worst time of winter, which is like January, February. But let's be real, figuring out certain things was also difficult for me, like the transport system, like living style, like the credit system, the financial system. It was really those were really challenging for me, despite the fact that I had been watching other YouTubers prior to my coming here. But gradually I learned. As regards the financial and the credit system, I think the major things I struggled with would be really getting to understand the tax system. Yes, I knew before I came here that Canada is a very high taxed society. But coming here and knowing that whatever you buy, you get taxed on it. When I was in Edmonton, the tax was just 5%, so it wasn't really pinchy like that. Like you wouldn't really feel it. I go to buy something and I see it, I'm like, oh, okay, fine. Even if you buy something of $100 and something, you see the tax, you don't really feel it because it's not much. But when I came to Thunder Bay, Thunder Bay is in Ontario, and Ontario's tax is higher. But in Edmonton, we only have the HST GST tax. I think it's just 5%. But here in Ontario, it's 13%, and there's an extra something they tax you on. I can't remember the name now. So you get taxed for 2 things. I think it depends on the things you buy, because some things I buy, I don't see that extra one. But it's 13%. Like when I'm going to buy something, my body is just doing me, hey, how much will be the tax? So how much will be the tax? Because sometimes you just see tax of $10. $13 for something small you're buying. And also the credit system here, everything you do is credit, how to build your credit history. It's not a bad thing, it's just about how you're able to manage it. One other thing, I know that my earliest months in Canada, I kind of got to discover that I would say is a coin for me, is the matter of people minding their business here. Let me give you like a practical example. One day I was coming back from work. I was so tired that day. I was still in Edmonton. So I was out there waiting for a bus, and then the bus came. I was carrying 2 grocery bags because you don't have a car and I cannot, Uber is expensive. But those bags weren't too heavy, but I was just tired. I was really exhausted. And while getting on the bus, I was struggling to show the driver my bus card and as well as carry my bags and get myself on the bus. Then I tripped, fell, and my forehead hit the driver's door, and I felt pain, and all the things in my bag spilled out and everything. And the driver was like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" He made an attempt to come out, but of course he couldn't come out because I was there. And people were just sitting there on the bus looking at me. Guys, not one soul stood up to come help me. I was like, what is going on? But because of the shame, I picked myself up, gathered my things, took my time, got a seat in front and sat down. I put my head on the window and I cried. I'm not exaggerating. I cried. Do you know why I cried? I thought about home. I thought about Lagos. I was like, Lagos, you just do, man, you've not been falling. Hey, madam, you dey okay? You need help. Someone is coming, carrying you and everything. I thought about home. I thought that I missed home. I cried. Like my head was on the window and I was crying. I don't know if anybody knew that I was crying. It didn't concern me. I was in pain. I was hurt. I was angry. I'm not even one soul. But that shocked me to my bones. I know it's not like a general thing, but it's just something I've experienced and other people have experienced it. That's one thing that I really still cannot wrap my head around it. So as regards the food, I didn't really find any challenge as regards food because I came with my food stuff. Like I came with my Nigerian food and I still have lots of them I'm using. And we had an African store. We have African stores in Edmonton, even here in Thunder Bay. We have an African store, even though it's expensive. But I was able to make my Nigerian food. That was one fear I had. I thought I was going to miss eating our Nigerian meal because I hardly eat out. I am the home cooking kind of girl. So I thought I was going to miss that, but truth be told, I have not missed anything as regards food. Instead, I'm learning how to eat the kind of food they eat here. My only challenge with the food thing is the fact that most of their foods here in grocery stores are inorganic products. You get organic products, but they are expensive, they are pricey. I'm from Africa. Everything we eat back home is fresh. Everything we eat back in Nigeria is fresh. You go to your garden, you pluck fresh vegetable. My mom is a gardener, she's a farmer, she loves to farm. So I grew up eating fresh produce. And to get the organic stuff, organic vegetable, organic fruits, organic this, organic that, it's expensive. Organic curry, organic thyme, organic maggi, all of those things. You just have to go round and round. And when you consider the cost sometimes, because things are now expensive, that's the only challenge I have with food. I miss home. Like I miss my parents. I miss family. Like you're not able to attend events easily like that because home is far and the time difference. Sometimes I have to stay up till like 11 p.m. before I'm able to speak with my parents, and that time they are just waking up. My parents get up early, so that helps me. Sometimes my mom calls and I'm in bed, and most I'm like, this woman still hasn't figured out the time difference. So that's one aspect I really miss, the fact that it takes like planning to be able to talk to my family back home and even friends. Guys, I'll also not fail to talk about the parts I found favor in. One good thing I'm really grateful to God for is the job I got after landing in Canada. That job helped me discover Edmonton in a new light. That job also helped me settle in like really quickly. My former flatmate in Edmonton would say that the way you walk, the way you go to places in this Edmonton, it just feels like you've been here for a very long time, even before me. Because I will come back home and I'll tell her about this place and that place and that place. The job was a great one for me, and it helped me discover places. Like, we get to go to places, good places. I get to discover things, I get to learn things, and after work during the weekend, you will see me planning to go back to go explore those places we had gone to during the week. So that was like a positive thing for me, and I'm really grateful for that, guys. I really cannot deny that. So after settling in Edmonton, I make a very big decision, like to quit my job, pack my life, and come live in Little Thunder Bay, like small Thunder Bay. Thunder Bay is completely different from Edmonton. Like, hey, I don't want Thunder Bay people to come after me, because one day I'll make a video comparing life in Alberta to life in Thunder Bay, although they are like different sides of the coin. But life in Thunder Bay is completely different. The first week, I kind of had like a mini depression living here in this place. But now I'm used to it. Now I know places. I'm kind of trying to understand what's like living in Thunder Bay is like. So it's better now for me, right? Thunder Bay is smaller, quieter, and surrounded by nature. Don't get me wrong, Edmonton wasn't a noisy place for me. It was like a smooth, like, just, that easy life. People in Edmonton, they don't like stress. The same thing here in Thunder Bay, but Thunder Bay is much quieter. So you can imagine me in my 1 year going from a city such as Edmonton to a place such as Thunder Bay, having to start school again. Guys, this 1 year has been good. That's all I can say. So guys, I just want to quickly give tips for newcomers. Especially, I know about 1 or 2 persons that are coming in this December, and probably other people. If you're watching this video, you're coming in January, February, whether as a permanent resident or as a student, as a visitor, or probably coming to work. Here are tips that I would like to share with you. The first one would be prepared for the weather. Be mentally prepared for the weather. See guys, I don't know, probably it's just me, but this year I'm kind of scared for the weather than I was last year. And I think the reason why that is because before I came to Canada, I knew that Canada is a cold country, right? I had been hearing news and following blogs and all of those things. So I was mentally prepared. My mind was prepared. I knew that, okay, you decided to go to Canada, whatever you see, take it. It's gonna be cold, and you decided to land in winter. Whatever you see, just take it. So my mind was prepared. Thus, when the cold came, even the days where it got up to -45 in Edmonton, and I was outside, I was stuck waiting for the bus. Yes, I felt really bad, really cold. I almost cried, but I knew that I had prepared my mind for it, that this is how it is here in Canada. Canada is cold, and Edmonton is also a very cold city. So I was prepared for it. But this year, because of course that preparation phase, that new phase has slowly faded away, I am now scared for the weather this year. I'm like, winter, I don't want winter to come, please, I am not ready. But last year it wasn't for me. So be prepared mentally for the weather. Guys, the next tip would be build a support network. Hey, it might not come easy, but just pray for grace. Find a church to belong to. Churches help. Trust me, churches help. Whether a Canadian church or a Nigerian church, churches help. Just find a community to join. It's very important. Also, if you're coming in as a student, reach out to people. Make friends. Well, not really friends. Just make acquaintances, get information from people, because news like gist, information fly around. Don't be by yourself. Just try to build a network. Then the third tip I'll mention would be stay positive, patient, and adaptable. You didn't expect that you would leave your country, come to another country without facing like an iota of challenge or without encountering some roadblocks, right? It's not going to be like a walk in the park. Settling down will not be like just you flip your finger or you just flip a magic wand. How do they magic wand? How do they say it? I really don't know. And everything is gonna be fine. No, things might not go as planned in the first month, first 2 months, first 3 months, first 6 months, even maybe first 1 year, but it gets better. It gets better. Trust me, guys, it gets better. I am not going to underplay other people's experiences or other people's challenges, but trust me, guys, it gets better. So just stay positive, just stay patient, and stay adaptable. Open up yourself to the culture around. Why? Without you losing your values, without you losing your beliefs and those things you hold dear to. Before I came here, I would always hear I would always hear people say that when you come to Canada or maybe go to another country, there would be a lot of unlearning and relearning, and that has been my experience so far. You will unlearn things. You will have to unlearn behaviors. You will have to unlearn your perception about particular things. You have to unlearn things about the things you've known about life to relearn. Of course, while we're learning, you're not losing your values. You're not losing your beliefs. Those your like morals. You're not losing them. I won't trade my experience so far for anything in the world. It's a great experience having to witness another culture, having to travel to another country, and I hope to be able to travel to more countries because I love to travel by God's grace. So guys, that's my 1 year journey in Canada so far. It has been a mix of bit of challenges but beautiful moments. Like I've got to meet people from my previous work, from church, from wherever. I've got to meet people. Yes, I don't have close friends like that. That's one other area that you lose out on. Having close friends, being able to make friendship in like as an adult. As an adult, it's really not like easy, but it's been good so far. If you've enjoyed this video, do not forget to like, please comment, drop your comments for me, drop your best wishes for me in the comment section, and until the next time, guys, bye bye.